It's not over yet. What the hell? What is this now?
You cannot defeat me, Spartan.
Well, that was nice.
I will show you what real power is.
Well. What the fuck? So how does this work then? Magic locked. Blade of the gods at maximum. Zeus' gift, hold L1 plus X as magical sword sent by the gods of Olympus. Poseidon's gift. Athena's gift.
Beg for your life, mortal!
What the like what am I supposed to do with this? That's the one of the attacks. Like, what the fuck?
Spartan!
Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? It's not like I can't block. Well, I mean, I can block, but I don't know. Of course I failed. I don't have a bar here, obviously. Nice. That's an unblockable. Very nice. Nearly instant attack. Very nice. It is an instant attack. I can't react to that. You can block after you get hit. It's kind of fucking cheap that he has an instant like unblockable. Just saying.
All your strength comes from me.
This is kinda stupid gimmick fight. If he doesn't use the unblockable... Well, he used the unblockable.
Now you will be truly tested.
Last time I blocked that and now it didn't block that. Yes, very exciting. Oh, you shouldn't even walk towards him when he does that. Unblockable, very cool. Another unblockable, very cool. Instant unblockable. I just wanted to get my health back, so I do this.
You test my patience, Spartan.
Yeah, I'm not fucking reacting to that until I do this fight like 1,000 times.
You cannot defeat me, Spartan. Pathetic.
Oh.
What real power is. For your life, mortal! Spartan!
I wanted to get my health back, so I'll use this.
Should have joined me, Kratos!
Fuck you! What the fuck? I'm just mashing like... I'm just mashing one button.
Remember, Kratos. It was I who saved you in your time of greatest need.
I haven't forgotten, Ares. I remember how you saved me.
That night, I was trying to make you a great warrior.
You succeeded.
Yes. Oh, through the face. No. I thought it was through the face. Oh, splurt.
Kratos had done me impossible. A mortal defeating a god. Ares was no more.
Nuclear explosion. Ares was such a mighty god that he explodes. The power of an atomic bomb.
The city had been saved and would thrive again. The same could not be said for Kratos.
Was that
for
it?
as he sought to rebuild his soul with the help of the gods, the truth was revealed to him.
Athena, rid me of the memories that haunt me still.
You have done well, Kratos. Though we mourn the death of our brother, the gods are indebted to you. We promised your sins would be forgiven, and so they are. But we never promised to take away your nightmares. No man, no god could ever forget the terrible deeds you have done.
In the end, knowing the visions of his past would never leave him, Kratos made his way to the bluffs overlooking the Aegean Sea.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is no hope.
And Kratos cast himself
There he
from
goes.
the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness. The fate of Kratos was not as it seemed. The gods had other plans.
You shall not die.
Borne aloft like a feather, Kratos found himself risen from the sea and placed on solid earth.
You will not die this day, Kratos. The gods cannot allow one who has performed such service to perish by his own hand.
That's fair.
Ares' tactics were brutal. His path of destruction had to be stopped. But now there is an empty throne in Olympus, and a new god of war is needed. Take these stairs, Kratos. They lead to your ultimate reward.
You have acquired Athena's blades. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm at the end, I can just upgrade this. I don't know why it's not over yet, though. Come on! So you lose the Blades of Chaos. Ares rips them out off of you, but you get the Blades of Athena. Nice. Now it's completely maxed, but it has the same attacks. Yeah. While your demon still haunts you, the gods have decreed you will not die this day. That's kinda unfair, isn't it? Can I go elsewhere? This is like blocked now. Yeah. So I thought it would be finished already. Like I knew that this is the place from the beginning, but...
Your battles are at an end, Kratos. Your journey is over. Take these steps to Olympus, and your place among the gods.
Is there...
Take these stairs, Kratos. They lead to your ultimate reward.
Is there like an option to do something else in here? Like jumping me to my death! There's the sword actually, it's all bloodied. I can't go down. I'm not sure if I should split the part if there's still more or... Below you see the bloodied sword you used to kill Ares, the god of war. Nice. Well, let's just go. Mount Olympus. Oh, very beautiful. Hi, who are you? Can I beat you? No. So... Is there still more or... Huh. I don't know. The scanlines. The effects. Well, there is a save point. Final battle. Do I want to... Well, I'm not going to split. I'll just... I have a feeling that there shouldn't be anything else left. Okay, so there's Ares. You are finally free of your servitude to this insane war god. But was he really insane? I don't know what's the point of saving here, but... Oh, it's the Minotaur. You gaze upon the bones of your defeated foe. The Minotaur. Minotaur. This is the throne of the god of war. Take your rightful place upon it. It kind of feels like there is a optional like ending that you can do. I don't know why they're giving you an option to save. What if I don't want to? I want to kill myself! Please! No.
Your battles are...
Okay. I guess we're just taking our rightful place at the throne. There's a sea serpent or something. Let's do it. He is now the new god of war.
And from that point forward, throughout the rest of time, whenever men rode forth to battle for good cause or for evil, they did so under the watchful eye of the man who had defeated a god. They were driven forward by Kratos, the mortal who had become the new god of war.
Da da da. The fuck? You have completed God of War. Treasures of Olympus have been unlocked. God mode has been unlocked. Would you like to save your progress? What the hell? Why is it looping this now? What was that? So where did it actually save it? Oh, there was no ending credits or anything. So it took me 11 hours 25 minutes, but it doesn't count like the... It took more than that. Like 15 or 16 hours, more than that actually. It doesn't count the loadings, like dying. Let's check. Yeah, now you can actually do the god very hard. Like generally this game is like pretty easy except for a few different parts. So now I unlocked stuff. Learn how God of War went from a single idea to finish the game. Internet trailers used to introduce God of War. The creative team behind God of War. See levels that were cut from God of War. Heroic possibilities. See how Kratos was designed and created. See level concepts for God of War. Monster concepts. Discover a secret from Kratos' past. Could this be his next adventure? The most difficult version of God of War. Advanced players only. Select from new game menu. Visit the character graveyard and see 3D models that did not make it into the game. Challenge of the gods. 10 rooms, 10 challenges. Can you make it to the end? Press X to play. Watch all the in-game movies. Discover the secret of Kratos' family. Where will this discovery lead? What has become of Kronos the Titan? New costume for Kratos. Beat the challenge of the gods to unlock. Oh. Secret message and... That's probably like do everything. Should we watch these? Let's actually see. Why is it looping this? What the fuck? That was interesting. Discover the secret of Kratos' family. Where will this discovery lead? What? It's just showing this! Okay. What the fuck? Yeah. Can you even see these? Welcome to the character graveyard. This is where all the God of War's rejected characters go to die. Press R2 on each character to learn more about them. Press the select button and choose Return to Treasures to leave the graveyard. David Jaffe, game director for God of War. Centaur original design. I originally wanted the Centaur to be a hellish nightmare style creature. In this first design you can see he's wearing a tribal war mask. He also has all of his skin stripped off, so you can just see tendons, meat and veins. But, as you can see, we just didn't have the texture resolution to pull this idea off. Instead of being creepy and nasty, it looks muddy and unfinished, so we ended up scrapping this idea. Skeleton version 2, helmet head, a really great design. I love the skeleton head and how the bone itself is shaped like a Roman Greek helmet. In the end, cool as the design was, it did not look all that good when we got 5 or 8 of these guys on screen, so we went with something simpler. Skeleton version 1, old school. Inspired by the action-adventure movies many of us grew up with, this was our first skeleton zombie undead soldier. End of the day, we felt this was just too plain of a design for today's audience. It was a hard call as this simpler design really resonated with those who had grown up with the adventure flicks of the 1970s. But we wanted God of War's characters to be more original, so we scrapped the idea. What about this? Cyclops version 1, Frogman. This was our first pass at the Cyclops. We scrapped it because, as you can see, it sort of looked like a frog. It was a totally non-threatening design and I'm glad we killed it. Cyclops version 2, Red Eye. We were having a hard time getting the single eye of the Cyclops models to read. It was really hard for players to see that the model only had one eye, so this model was an attempt to bring the single eye concept to the attention of players. However, this attempt fell short. It just looked goofy. It kind of sucks that even our final Cyclops, the one in the game now, still doesn't really look like it has just one eye. Ah well, maybe next time. Cyclops version 3, Human Face. I really like this guy, it creeps me out because it looks like a human face stuck onto this beastly body, except that Kratos is blocking everything. The thing is, it didn't really fit the vibe of the game. Instead, this Cyclops came across as sad and human. I actually felt sorry for it. Oh, I'm so sad. Cyclops version 4, Cartoon Cyclops. This guy felt too cartoony for the game. This version is more like a character you'd see in a T-rated platformer. Cyclops version 5, Action Figure. This version was pretty neat, but it was just too cartoony. It felt like a toy. The skulls on the chest made it feel like one of the accessories you get when you buy an action figure. Cyclops version 6, Patchwork Cyclops. Now this guy was nasty. I still think he was pretty cool. Looking at him now, I'm wondering why we didn't use him. I am sure there was a good reason, but I just can't recall. Sure, the eye looks bad, but that could have been fixed. But the body texture is really cool. Better keep this guy in mind for future projects. He's great. Well, Kratos version 1, a giant in a diaper. This was a placeholder for the hero. We needed something to put in the game while we were still locking the design of Kratos. The model was always meant to be a throwaway model, but even so, I have no clue why the artist chose to model a fat guy wearing a diaper. Boy, if Kratos only knew what he looked like way back when. Kratos version 2, Medieval Warrior. This model looked too medieval for the ancient Greek setting. Still, I like this guy. I think he's kind of cool. There is something very heroic about him that works for me. Kratos version 3, Dreadlocks. Our first art director wanted this to be the hero. I could tell he was really into this design, so I tried to support it. But it just didn't sit well with me. This model is not brutal enough, not vicious enough to be the star of a God of War. I'm glad we changed it, even though I think it pissed off the art director. Kratos version 4, Cool Armor Kratos. This is my favorite design for Kratos. We could not use it, however, because there was too much detail in the armor. When you put this in the game and amid the detailed backgrounds, the hero did not look very cool. Maybe if we make another Kratos game on more powerful hardware, we can use this cool outfit and it will look better on newer technology. Kratos version 5, Blue Tattoo. This was almost the final Kratos design. I really wanted red tattoos with white skin, but we felt that color scheme was too cliché, so we decided on blue. It was blue for a while, but I just could not live with it. My gut said red tattoos were the way to go. Looking at it now, I am glad we changed it, as I like the red tattoos much better. Medusa version 1, Quintuple Feet. The main thing to notice is her feet, which we can't even see. In the final game she has no feet, just tail. Animating 5 feet slithering all around just proved to be too much. Also note that this character has nipples. She was created at the start of the game and all the female monsters had nipples. And the Cyclops even had a penis! Oh my god. I really wanted the monsters to come off like wild animals, like things you would see at the zoo. So I thought those elements helped. End of the day, we got to keep the nipples, but we lost the penis on the Cyclops. Poor Cyclops. Yeah. So was that it? Very exciting. Well, I don't think there's anything really I don't really care about those at the moment. Like, they take too long to do or watch, and it's not really that important. So anyway, it took me like game time around 11 hours and 30 minutes, and actual in real time it took me like 16 hours or something. I'm not sure. 17 maybe. Yeah, I think it's around 17 or 18 hours with all the deaths and all that. Okay, so some thoughts about the game. I think this was actually pretty great throwback. I kinda liked it, liked playing it. Now I know why I rage quit in the first time I played. It was that like the last part, trying to protect your family. That's like so fucking insane, and I rage quit that because I didn't have the patience to actually grind and try to finish it. So yeah, but that was the only like super hard challenge in the game. Like the fighting against the Ares is just like it's not a gimmick, but once you know how to fight or what to do, basically you can just deal with it easily without any huge problems. It's not a big deal. Both of them. Like the last form is just like wait until just get lucky so it doesn't use the unblockable attack. And even the unblockable attack isn't like if you just look at it all the time, if it does it, you can probably start like dodging it eventually, but it's kind of a bullshit still. Like the last gauntlet fight against all the clones, that's like insane. I cannot like, I was thinking that okay, maybe the card mode, like when I was playing this is pretty like, honestly this is really easy. Like on a hard difficulty, everything else is actually like, there's a couple of parts that give you like a small challenge, like a little bit of a challenge, but generally they're just not challenging at all. Like, okay, if I would have just leveled up my shitty things from the beginning, like not put on everything on the base weapon, maybe it would have been a bit harder. But since you just level up the main weapon, it's kind of like, yeah, not a big deal. So yeah, I feel like this isn't a difficult game. After playing Ninja Gaiden, this doesn't really feel that difficult at all. This actually feels like a pretty easy game, except for the last part. That's on par with the Ninja Gaiden bullshit. But the good thing about this game is that it has like lots of quality of life improvements compared to Ninja Gaiden. Like the problem with Ninja Gaiden is that it has such fucking archaic system that makes you like makes it really annoying, all the Ninja Gaidens, but especially the first one. First of all, the whole like no aiming, like your character has auto aiming, and if you press a direction you are going to be doing something else. So you can't press a direction and you just have to like trust the game to actually aim at the correct enemy for you, which is like so not a good mechanic. Like no one can, I really think that no one can argue that it's a good mechanic, because it definitely fucking isn't. Especially without like a lock-on system. If the game would have a lock-on system, then you wouldn't need to care about like that. You would be using the attacks more smoothly, and you wouldn't need to like care about the aiming system. But back then, of course, there wasn't like really any lock-on ideas or anything. But yeah, I feel like in this game, possibility to aim everywhere is a lot better. Also, in this game, like the attacks and everything are more like fluid, partly because of the possibility to cancel most of your attacks with block or dodge, whereas in Ninja Gaiden you can't really do that. And also in this game it kind of feels like that many of the attacks like chain multi-hit, like combo attacks or like multi-attacks or like chains are actually somewhat useful. Like they're like at least you can use them. Whereas in Ninja Gaiden, it's kind of obvious that you can't use like the longer chains or the chain attacks. Like I said in my Ninja Gaiden playthrough, 90% of it has insane amounts of moves. 90% of the from the move list is useless. You're just going to be abusing a couple of attacks because they work. Second of all, Ninja Gaiden enemies are just like bullshit. Like instant throw, reading your inputs when you like block in situations where you try to block, they will just like throw because they know that you're holding block in your recovery point, so they can just throw. Not to mention like the instant throws are like fucking stupid. So this game didn't have that much of a problems with those. It had a couple of enemies that actually throw you, but they're not like reading your inputs all the time at what point they will do it. So this game is actually fair in that part also. And the enemy AI is also like more fair. It doesn't just like read what you're doing if you're going to miss your attack to the other side, and they like know already before the attack like even like the attack starts to execute, and they know that it's going to miss or that there's going to be an attack, and they can punish it because that's what they do in Ninja Gaiden. So, and to be honest, like the plot of the Ninja Gaidens, all of them except for maybe the third one, is like really fucking cheesy and campy and kinda horrible, to be honest. Like especially the first one, it's just so fucking cut off and it doesn't make any sense. The second one tries to be a little bit better, but it also has like weird plot holes and like skipping, what I like to call. The third one actually has the most modernized or like the normal plot. But yeah, all in all, I kinda enjoyed this, but maybe it's because it's a lot more easier than the first game. And despite all of my bitching in the end part, I wasn't actually like that mad, and I wasn't even thinking about rage quitting or that I'm not going to be able to do it. Even though I said once that I'm not sure if I can do it, but yeah, there's a trick to it anyway, like the last gauntlet part. Like the whole, you get Rage of the Gods if you heal your wife and all that. So you can kinda, like, that's what you're supposed to kinda do. But in that part you're pretty necessary. Like the Hades attack, like the Army of Hades, is actually pretty important to be using. I'm pretty sure that's like the most important thing you need. But yeah, all in all, this game is a lot more easier and simpler than Ninja Gaiden, but on the other hand, it has like a lot more quality of life improvements that are just like better things, better improvements than in Ninja Gaiden. But Ninja Gaiden actually has that like addictive playstyle where you try to like play better all the time. In this, I was just mainly mashing random buttons at times. I tried to do some combos and chain them, but when I found out like one of the cheesier attacks or what's the cheesy thing to do, which is like either the square holds square, but you can do it from any of the square attacks, or the triangle slam attack, which you can just like miss the two first and then slam the last one. And then the counters are like super strong, unless you get the failed block move. But yeah, as soon as you found those, there was nothing to it, nothing to this like game actually. I'm sure the God mode is like the hardest difficulty is probably like pretty insane, but like on the level of actually difficult Ninja Gaiden, but considering that this was very hard and it didn't offer that much of a challenge, and I played Ninja Gaiden on normal difficulty and it was like insane for the most part. Only at the end game it started to be a little bit easier, but until that it was like crazy. There's a lot of difference between that. But like I said, Ninja Gaiden has a lot of like just cheesy bullshit things that make the whole thing difficult. It's not necessarily like the actual difficulty of the game. And many of those I'm pretty sure will be you can like circumvent with being able to like knowing how to abuse some mechanics and stuff. I actually looked at a speedrun of the first game and I noticed that there are like invincibility frame attacks that you can use, and they abuse some of the things that are like pretty abusable. Like there's a wall jumping attack that has invulnerability frames and all that shit. So there are abusive things that you're going to be using, like yeah. But all in all, I really like this game. Just as much as I like playing Ninja Gaiden. Like these hack and slash games are kinda interesting. They just require you to actually have a certain type of mindset, like be a fast gamer, so to speak. Like you can't play like slow and steady in most of these. Like you need to be like fast, reactive style of gamer, and I'm not that. I'm like a pretty slow type of gamer, as you can see in most of my playthroughs, like learning the game slowly and then doing things slowly and taking things slowly, exploring everything and all that. But not in this game, like not in these types of games. But anyway, back to the God of War. Yeah, anyway, I like this game a lot. I think it was actually pretty damn good for a PS2, like for an old school game. It still holds up as an action adventure game like this. The puzzles are interesting and all that. I really like this. Too bad I can't play the sequels. I can't play God of War 2 or 3 because I don't own them. I don't have them, unfortunately. So this is the only one that I can do, and I can do the others back to back. I own the new God of War 1, like the new version, modern version on PlayStation. I might consider playing it, but the problem is that I know that it's an open world style of game. And the problem with open world style of games is that they take way too long to actually complete. I know that it's probably really, really damn long, considering that this is just pretty straightforward and it took me like close to 20 hours to beat. I'm not even sure, like 18 hours or something to beat. And that's a lot. And thinking that Ninja Gaiden 1 took me like 23 hours to beat. I mean, that is the problem with the new God of War, that although it's been praised, I haven't played it. I've seen it being played. The problem is that it's just too long probably to actually be a good playthrough for me, because I just like to explore everything. So it would take insane amounts of time. Like for example, Control playthrough. Control took like over 40 hours to beat. And that's not like an open world exploration. It's like you can pretty much run around the place, but it's not open world, so to speak. And it still took me over 40 hours to beat because I was just trying to explore everything. So what happens if I play an actual, like an open world style of game, like God of War is? It doesn't end well. So I'm not sure. Like the thing is, my gaming PC is fucked up. Until I get it fixed or get something done, which I'm not sure when it happens, I need to actually like the only games I can do are like these games that don't require a lot of power from my streaming or like capture PC, because I'm playing it on that, or the console games, because I can actually capture from my PS3 or PS4 But the problem is that there's not really that many interesting games for PS3, and for PS4 there's a lot of games that I haven't played, but all of them are kinda like pretty lengthy. Like there's one thing I would like to play on PS4 is Last of Us. I haven't finished that, so maybe I might think about, like, I have to check out what I have on PS4, all the games, and I might think about playing something. But Last of Us might be, I haven't played that ever, although I've seen the playthrough of it, so I might think about playing that. It's been a long time since I've actually seen the playthrough of it, so but I still kinda remember many of the things. I mean, I guess we'll see what I'll do. I just have to do something on the console and we'll see what I figure out to do. One, like, playing this like an old school PS2 era game with this interesting graphics and system, like this is surprisingly good and holds up to pretty well being this old. I just wish I could play God of War 2 and God of War 3. I haven't played either of them, so it would be interesting, but unfortunately I can't since I don't have those games. But I just thought that I'd really want to play like these old era, like PS2 or around their era games. I would like to do a playthrough of Silent Hills, like Silent Hill 1, 2, 3 and 4, The Room. Unfortunately, I've played Silent Hill 1 once, I've played Silent Hill 2 once, many years ago. I've played Silent Hill 3 once, many years ago. I've never played Silent Hill 4, The Room. But I would like to do a back-to-back playthrough of those like I did with Resident Evils. But the unfortunate part is that I don't own Silent Hill 1, 2 or 4. I have Silent Hill 3, but I don't want to play Silent Hill 3 like out of the... Like I'd want to do them in order back to back. But yeah. The thing is, Silent Hill 1 is PlayStation 1 game, so... And I don't have PlayStation 1 anyway, so... Unfortunately I can't really... I want to do them... I really would like to play them, but unfortunately I can't. Like doing them back to back. Like I remember Silent Hill 1 when I played it, I was really hyped when it was released and was like, oh, this is like Resident Evil, and I was really hyped about Resident Evil back then. Then you play it and you're like, this really isn't like Resident Evil. Enemies, there's like respawning enemies, a lot of more enemies. Your character can't fucking hit anything because he has like weird aiming mechanics. The game is like super cryptic and actually pretty damn hard. The puzzles are like, what the fuck? Like I actually got stuck in one of the puzzles for a long time. So yeah. And that I think they have the like the riddle levels are different from, like you choose the difficulty of the riddle level, and I was playing on normal back then. But I'd like to revisit those games. Unfortunately, I can't. And I'm not going to play only Silent Hill 3. Because, yeah, I'd want to do them in order. Even though they're like not really tied to each other, I'd still like to do them. But unfortunately I can't. So I'm going to check out what other console games I will play or do, or what will be the next plan. Anyway, that was my God of War 1 playthrough on the Spartan difficulty, hard difficulty. Not that difficult, decent challenge, took me a while, but yeah, I liked it. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is UFONman with this just signing out, and I guess we'll see what happens next and what I'll play next. If you have anything to say or comment, just leave a comment or like or subscribe or whatever. I don't know. If you like my content, do that or not. I mean, I'm just doing this. I'm just playing because I like to play. Anyway, thank you for watching, and See ya.